Hi, my name's Mark. I'm one of the pastors here at Trillium. We have been brought up in a rationalistic way, think that we have to understand in order to believe. But in fact, I think it's the opposite sometimes. We need to believe in order to understand. I've learned African drumming, and there's these patterns in them, and I, for the longest time, couldn't hear them, and I couldn't make sense of what was happening, and it caused me great conundrum. And then all of a sudden, one day, I heard the sounds in there. I could make sense of them, and it made something come alive for me in the music. It's sort of like when I look at the FedEx logo. I never noticed that arrow in there for a long time until someone pointed out to me. And then I saw it, and I can't look at the logo anymore without seeing the arrow in it. As a kid, I heard sonic booms living down in Burlington. Jet fighters were going over the Lake Ontario and causing a sonic boom. But at the time, I would look up into this blue sky, this blue sunny sky, and I'd see this sound that the only thing I could connect with was thunder, but there was no thunder or lightning going on around me at all. And there was a gap, and eventually I realized that's fast going silver light in the sky, that jet, was the thing that caused the boom. We sometimes have experiences, and we think we need to understand them in front of the experience, but in fact, in most cases, it's the experience that comes to us, and then we begin to work it through. And those first disciples of Jesus are gathered in a room, and they're waiting for the coming of the Holy Spirit, and it comes to them as a sonic boom, and they look up, and they see tongues of fire coming down on them, and their lives are changed. And they go out into the world, and they immediately start doing the stuff of Jesus. Now for us, we'd be probably inclined to sit in the room and try to figure out just what happened to us. But not those disciples. They didn't get it all along. Jesus was teaching them how to do the stuff of the kingdom, bringing about love and peace and healing and reconciliation and forgiveness to people, changing the world through the presence of God's love in life. And yet the disciples couldn't get it. And they ruminated on it. They tried to understand it, but they didn't get it. And then the Spirit comes, and they just go out and do it. They're free. They just go out and do it, and they allow something powerful to move through them. And the world's changed. It's still being changed by this moment in their life. Things are going to come to you in life. Even the Spirit of God is going to come to you. Heaven's love is going to come to you. And yours and my inclination is to try to understand it first. But I would encourage you not to do that. Instead, just let go and let God move through you and let the power of heaven's love touch the world around you. Seek not to understand in order to believe, but seek to believe in order to understand. This is the gospel. This is the way that Jesus meant his disciples to go out into the world. Those old disciples, ancient disciples long ago, but for his disciples here today. Something powerful wants to move through our lives. And we think we need to understand it in order to allow it to have its effect in the world, but it's quite the opposite. It's sort of like, we're taught that we need to love ourselves first in order to love someone else. But sometimes we need to just love other people in order to learn how to love ourselves. That the best way of showing patience and kindness and consideration to yourself is, first of all, to extend it out into that world around you. The blessing goes out from you to other people, and it comes back to you. In fact, that is faith. The blessing we extend outwards comes back to us ultimately. And the good news today is that not only does that blessing come back, but that the power of God's Spirit in the world amplifies what we send out. The good that's sent out through us is amplified by Spirit, and it comes back to us, and a blessing, and the circuit of love is fulfilled. I've heard that saying that from people. I've heard it lots of times. I'll believe it when I see it. Maybe the deeper truth is, I'll see it when I believe it.